more than my tricep does. And when I come back, I'm coming right for you. What the hell? Holy cow! Holy shit, I am going to make your life a living hell.
Everything with Punk, WrestleMania in Scotland in front of my people after winning Money in the Bank.
Drew McIntyre, come get this beating that you deserve.
He will have to stop that match because I won't stop until your heart does.
Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk is official for SummerSlam. Despite no championship being on the line, it's not a stretch to say this is the most highly anticipated professional wrestling match this summer. This is despite the fact that we have a solid potential banger between Damian Priest and Gunther and an all-important WWE title clash between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. Yes, it's the Punk and McIntyre match that has garnered the most hype and deservedly so. We should mention that the feud started before both Priest and Cody became world champions, so on account of that alone, it's been a slow-burning build-up. But what's been even better is that CM Punk's injury has hardly stopped the feud from progressing. We'd even argue that it's made it a whole lot better, and now Seth freaking Rollins has been added to the mix. We'll let you decide whether that's a good or bad thing, but WWE has to be careful not to ruin the feud with a bad match. Because the rivalry has taken off so spectacularly in 2024, it also has the highest risk of spectacularly failing if handled incorrectly. But hopefully WWE won't make this major mistake at SummerSlam with Drew McIntyre.
Stand back. There's a new wrestling quiz coming through. Check out BrainBuster, the daily quiz that tests your WWE knowledge with winning streaks, stats, and more. It's time to see if you're up for the challenge.
The type of rivalry this is unlikely to be over with just one match. There's far too much hatred for this to simply end with a match. Instead, SummerSlam needs to be treated as a pivot to expand the story and give it a whole new element. If Drew McIntyre loses at SummerSlam, he could be ruined. We know what you're probably thinking. It's CM Punk's first singles televised match in WWE in 10.5 years. Why should he be the one to lose? The answer is simple. Because it makes sense. WWE has already used the Money in the Bank briefcase as a way to further the fuel and hatred between Punk and McIntyre. Having CM Punk lose at SummerSlam is a way to light him up like never before. We would even go as far as to argue that Drew McIntyre should downright squash CM Punk. But with Seth Rollins in charge of the match, that's unlikely to actually happen. What you don't want happening is Seth Rollins directly affecting the outcome. Yeah, there's usually a reason why special guest referees are special guest referees, but it would probably be best if WWE went with a more straightforward, less screwy kind of approach with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Although Drew McIntyre is far from perfect and is far from undeserving for his recent shortcomings, he has a bigger chip on his shoulder than CM Punk does. CM Punk cost him the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, cost him a title shot the next night on Raw, cost him in his home country of Scotland, and then thwarted his Money in the Bank cash-in. McIntyre is a man on a mission, and there's no other way SummerSlam should go other than him getting a dominant victory over his rival. If he loses to CM Punk, it's going to feel like all the work they put into crafting this new persona has been a waste. But considering that almost no wrestler in the world has had character development like Drew McIntyre this year, he is far more deserving of a big win on a big stage like SummerSlam. What on earth would be the point of him coming out of every single premium live event frustrated? That needs to change. What WWE also needs to avoid doing is simply ending the rivalry without a follow-up. For one, Drew McIntyre can walk out of SummerSlam a euphoric man seemingly having closure on the CM Punk chapter. But when he least expects it, perhaps in another crucial moment down the line, Punk cost him again to let him know that things are far from over. This can set up a premium live event main event match for later this year, maybe even with high stakes. We wish we could see Punk and McIntyre duke it out in a Hell in a Cell, but Punk has publicly stated that he doesn't want to have a match of that intensity. Can you really blame the guy after all the injuries he suffered? Either way, CM Punk cannot win if WWE wants Drew McIntyre to be the ultimate beneficiary of this feud. It's not even like Drew needs to win the feud outright to come off better. Assuming they do a trilogy that stretches to Mania and CM Punk gets the last laugh, then Drew McIntyre can still walk out better if the story is told right. But the way the story is being told now, he simply can't afford to lose this match. He has been one of WWE's MVPs this year and needs to be treated as such. Who do you think should be the ultimate winner of this rivalry? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching.